This is Carl from National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through your your Flagstaff E Pro 19BH bunkhouse. So here I'm on the door side of the trailer, moving towards the rear. You see you got a power awning with LED strip. These are just service panels for the refrigerator. You don't really have to go in there. This is the vent for the range hood. If you're going to use the range hood fan when you're cooking, you have to open these baffles like so, and let the baffle flap freely. Otherwise, you keep it shut like that. All right. Your grill hangs here. There's a table. Okay. And also down here you have a quick connect for your LP gas, and you get a line with it. Okay. You got outside speakers. Your hitch is a centerline Husky centerline hitch with built-in sway control. We'll show you how that works when you get here. You can also refer to their website. They've got hookup videos there too if you need to in an emergency. All right. This port here is just in case you buy a solar panel to charge the battery. You can plug it in right there. You get two deep cycle marine batteries, two 20-pound LP tanks, and this is an automatic changeover regulator here. So this green just means there's gas in the tank. It turns red when it's empty, but these will change over automatically. It draws this one down, then this down, back and forth. All right, you got a power tongue jack. This power tongue jack can be cranked manually. You have to. It's kind of hard with this bike rack on here, but you can do it with a ratchet if you need to. Just pull that plug and put a socket on it. You've got your bike rack. It needs to. Right now, this is how the factory sets it up. But when you set it up for your bikes, you're going to reverse half of these. So half of them are going to go on the other side here, and so you can hang a bicycle on each side. All right. We also have a kill switch on here, which is hard to see, but I'll see if I can get a picture of it for you. Right there, behind the tank, that's to turn the battery on or off. Just so you don't have to disconnect the cable, you just flip the switch. Your water heater works on both gas and electric. So you know for the electric heating element, there's a switch right here. All right, let me get that off of there so we can see it better. Right now it's off. You can turn the element on this way. The switch for the heat is inside the trailer. For the gas is inside the trailer. I'm sorry. So the electric switch is right there, and there's also a switch inside for the gas section of it. So you can, generally speaking, you're going to run it on electricity because you're paying for it at the campground. But if you're out in the middle of nowhere, you can use gas. All right. So right now city water is hooked up too because we're water testing it. That's the most typical way of getting water to the trailer. Otherwise, you're going to, if you go to a campground that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite, for example, you're doing some rustic camping or at an older state park, you can fill the onboard freshwater tank through here and then use the electric pump inside to pressurize the water. Got a 30 amp cord, 25 feet long. This is where your dump valves are here. Okay, so you see you got a gray valve over there. Your black valve is here. You're just going to pull these out to dump them. You dump the black first because it's toilet and toilet water and waste, and then you'll dump the gray second, which is sink water and waste, just because it's cleaner water and it'll help clean out your hose. Also, with this trailer, let me get up here and walk around a ways. Look around. Okay, this one also has a black tank flush over here. So you can hook the hose at the dump station to here, and you turn it on and you can clean out the black tank even better. It has like sprinkler jets inside, so it'll clean it out even better. Just remember to have the black tank valve, the dump valve, open before you turn the water on. Okay. All right, so you got stabilizer jacks on each corner. You have a ladder, and you want to go up there and inspect the roof 3 times a year. So you figure Spring and fall you'll do it, and then once in the middle of the summer you're going to look for any separation or cracking on the sealant on the roof. You have to do that just to protect your investment and keep your trailer nice and dry. Sometime when you go up there inspecting, you're going to see something that needs to be taken care of, so you got to inspect it. That's how you know if there's anything that needs to be done. Also, that housing is for a backup camera. This is pre-wired for a backup camera. So if you get one, it's got to be a Furrion camera that fits in that housing right there. But it is pre-wired. We do sell them here. Okay, you got LED strip for your awning, if I didn't mention that. Okay, let's go inside. Now this trailer has a power inverter and a power converter. So, let me get some noise off here. So, this is the power converter here. So a converter converts 110 AC down to 12 volt DC. So that's what we have here. Let me see if I can get down here so I can get a better shot of it. So here you have regular 110 AC circuit breakers, and they're all tagged or labeled so you know which goes to which. Now some things have to run on AC power, like the air conditioner or the microwave, for example, but everything that can run on 12 volt DC in this trailer does. So over here on this side you have automotive fuses. This device converts AC power to DC power. It's a converter. Also, it's a battery charger, so it'll sense how much energy your battery needs, and as long as you're plugged in, it'll charge up your battery for you. All right. If these fuses blow, they'll light up, and you can see them through this perforation here. All right. So this also has a power inverter, so meaning it will take 12 volt DC and invert it to 110 AC. Now that's kind of a lossy way to do things, it's not super efficient, but nevertheless, this is where the button is. Right now it's inverting. Only one plug will be connected to the inverter. On this one, I believe it's this. On this trailer, I believe it's this one right here. So you can't run everything in the trailer from the inverter, because you're going to eventually, even with solar panels, you're eventually going to drain your batteries down. But you do have a period of time where you can invert it, and you shouldn't have a problem. So, okay, that's the inverter. And to shut it off, you're just going to go just like that. Hold it for a second, and off it goes. This, just while I'm down here, this is the carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. It's going to have to be, it should be green at all times, like it is right there. If it's not, you got to get it serviced. Now this will detect carbon monoxide, like I said, and LP gas. I can set the thing off here so you can hear it. Whoop, let me push it the right way here. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so right here. So it'll go through 2 self-tests, one or more coming up. And then back to green. It should always be green like that. If it goes off, you pull it, you and your family outside, and shut off the gas at the tanks, and then figure out what's going on. All right. So, let's see here. I'll go to the radio and the Wi-Fi Ranger. So the radio basically is you can stream. It's AM/FM radio. You can stream off this USB stick here, or you can use the USB stick here. It also has Bluetooth, so you can hook up wirelessly with your phone and play your MP3s from your phone or tablet. This HDMI isn't in, so you can't go into the system. If you we're going to use a video game, and it's connected. The radio's connected to your TV, so you could use like a game machine on a rainy day for kids, or the type that plays Blu-ray discs. You could use that also. Okay. This and there's a remote control for that. This is your Wi-Fi Ranger. So the Wi-Fi Ranger, the main feature is it gives you it's a signal booster for free Wi-Fi. So there's an antenna on the roof. So what you'll do is you'll look at your Wi-Fi on your phone right here, and you'll see Sky4 LTE 7766. It looks like, or is that 56? 56. So that's you. So you'll connect all your devices to that, put in your password, so they'll connect automatically. Then you will go to the internet and use this IP address here, and it'll take you to the page for this particular Wi-Fi Ranger, and you'll be able to see everything it does. So you know that's how you hook up to the outside world with it, basically. There's a temporary password here, Change Me Now 7756. You can change it to whatever you'd like. But the bottom line is it's a really good signal booster, and it's you know, campground, there's a lot of people on the campground Wi-Fi, and everybody's fighting for bandwidth, so it'll just give you a little bit of an edge there. Now there's a second feature that you have to pay for through your cell phone provider. It would take a separate SIM card, and you can hook up, you know, you basically will have 4G or whatever you have in your trailer. But that's, you know, more for people who work on the road and they really need that sort of thing. But the option's still there, okay? There's plenty of literature online on their website, and you could also call them. They got a good 800 number, and they really know what they're doing. So if you have any issues, they can always help you out with that, okay? All right. That's your antenna. It does not go up and down. It just rotates like so to tune it in. All right. GFCI here. All the plugs are wired through this GFCI, even the one on the outside. So if it pops, you use the coffee pot outside, it pops. That's where you're going to reset it. Okay. This is your control panel. This is for your awning. You're going to extend your awning like this. I can only go out a little ways, so I'll show you. You're just going to send it out like this, and you roll it out so you can see the awning tube. When you see the metal awning tube, you know you've unraveled it all the way, and you stop. Never leave it out when you're unattended. If you leave the trailer, then you bring it in, because the wind can whip up real quick and it'll damage it real quick. All right. These are just your lights here. Now, I told you that I showed you there was an electric switch on the water pump, right? Or I'm sorry, on the water heater, lower left-hand corner. So that's sort of a holdover before they put switches inside. So you have to know that that switch is there. That has to be on, but you can control the electrical heater from here once that switch is turned on. If you want to light it on gas, you do that here. Like I stated before, always make sure that there's water in the heater before you turn it on. And I told you about pumping your own water from the fresh water tank. That's done there. Okay, you also winterize your trailer using that pump also. Keep in mind you have to winterize the trailer, and if you don't know, you have to educate yourself or have it done. The water heater has to be bypassed before you put any antifreeze in the system, because you can't get antifreeze into the water heater tank because it'll leave a really foul taste and a bad smell that won't go away. So they give you valves on the back of the water heater, just to give you a little heads up there. So anyway, you check your levels here, your battery's charged. Your fresh water tank has a little bit of water, but we're water testing it. You can see it's up to 1/3. Black tank is empty. You can see it goes up in 1/3 increments as it fills. Gray tank has got a little bit of water in it, but we're working with it. It'll be empty when you get here. So they graduate it. They light up in 1/3 increments until they're full. Once you get past 2/3, you're going to have to think about dumping your tanks. Okay? All right. There was something else I was going to point out when I was standing here that caught my eye. I'll probably forget it now, but I'll just move on. I'll think of it. Oh, I know. I was looking over here at the control panel. All right, so this is for your solar. This is your solar panel control here and your battery control. All right, so there's down here it tells you what kind of battery it is. It's saying it's an AGM battery. You basically, you see the picture of the sun. Oh, I just pushed a button here. Let me get back there. You see the picture of the sun. It's pointing towards the trailer, or towards the panels actually, which are on top of the trailer. So it's telling you you're gaining 5.8 amps from the sun right now. So that's going to your battery. You push it again, your batteries are at 90%. Push it again, you're putting out 13.8 volts, which is perfect. Back to what the sun is doing. Now the way it's wired now, it does not check each battery separately. I believe, yeah. So we have them, it's set up like this. You also have a booster there, and there's a USB charger there too also, in case you need to charge it off the solar panel. Like you get stranded somewhere or something, you can always keep charging it as long as there's some sunshine. Okay? Alright, the range, you're just going to light it. You're going to turn it to, let me get my camera down here. Sorry about my camera work here. You're going to go to light, and you're going to spark it, and it lights, as you can see. You just push that button in, and I'll get it back farther so you can see. So you go to light, and then spark it. You can see the burner lid. Now the oven's a little bit different. It has a pilot light in the back that has to be lit before you can use it. So you come here to the knob for that. You go to pilot, right there, if you can see it. You depress it and hold it. You keep holding it. Then you're going to spark it here. And back there, is the pilot light at the bottom of the oven all the way to the back. You keep sparking it till it lights. After it lights, you're still holding this down, and you'll hold it for another 10 seconds or so to heat it up. You go to whatever operating temperature you choose. It'll cycle on and off like a normal oven, but when you go back to off, obviously the flame goes off, but your pilot light goes off too, so you have to relight the pilot light each time before you use the oven, okay? Alright. Okay, and you have a cover here. So always keep this closed when you're traveling or it'll get broke. Alright, so your refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator. It works on 110 AC or gas, LP gas. So you got on and off, just two buttons. On, right there. Then you're going to choose auto. Auto means electric. They call it auto because if you're using electricity and you lose power, it'll automatically switch over to gas. So that's why they call it auto, but it means electric. So also if you can't find the electricity, it'll search for it, and if you can't find electricity, it'll automatically light the burner for gas. You can also light it separately on gas if you want, pulling it down the road. You just do that. If this check light ever comes on, it means it faulted. It couldn't push enough air out of the line to get it to light the first time, for example. So you would just shut it off and turn it back on again, and it'll light the next time. It makes 3 attempts to light each time. So does the furnace. So does the water heater. So they'll always light up. And if they don't, you just shut them off, start it up again, it'll run through the cycle again, okay? All right. Okay. So, one last thing. This is how you set the temperature here. This thing's called a thermistor. You slide it up. The higher you go with it, the cooler the refrigerator gets. So you're normally going to have it up all the way. Maybe when you're out in cold weather, you might have to back it off a bit, but generally speaking, you're going to have it up all the way. All right. So, let's see here. Obviously the table, the pole comes out and you can drop it onto these cleats here and turn it into a bed. You just use the back cushions to fill in the space. You've got 2 nice sized bunks, which is great. The kids have their own space. You pack them in there like sailors. That's an emergency door there behind them. Okay. Let me move a little bit farther back here. Okay, so you have a 4-speed vent, max air vent for the bathroom. It's very simple. You have to pull that down, open the cover. Now this one has a vent mate cover over it, so you can open it during the rain or leave it open during storage and all that sort of thing, so you get some airflow. It's a good thing. On is right there, and you just keep pushing it to go through the different speeds. You know, 1 and 2 are really quiet, 3 and 4 are loud, and 4 will just about pull your hair up into it. It's so strong. You're just going to normally run it like 1 or 2. You shut it off right there. You always want to run it with the shower. That's important because these trailers are built super tight now, super energy efficient, so you have to vent the humidity out. Okay, I got some weird lighting here, so I hope you can see this. This is kind of tough here. This thing here, how am I going to get to this? Hold on. This is called a water miser, this thing right here. Okay? So, it's a water recycler, so you don't waste water. So when you're heating up your shower, you'll put it in this position here, and it'll recycle the water around and around and around. So it doesn't fill up your gray tank, and it doesn't deplete your fresh water tank if you're using it, or if you're in a drought-ridden area, you don't waste city water. So you'll just run it till it heats up, and this will change color to a different color blue when it heats up, and then you'll just put it to regular, let me move the camera here. You'll put it to a regular position like that, and it'll work like a regular shower. But it's just a recirculator, so you don't waste water. It's a efficiency thing, so it's a nice thing. It's a good thing to have. All right, I think the last thing in here, of course, is the toilet. Now, the toilet, the thing to remember about it, first of all, is there's no water hooked up to the trailer. So back here, there's a pedal. This is residual water. There's residual pressure, right? So basically, oh no, I guess he does still have the hose hooked up to it. The reason it's sprayed a bit like that because there was air in the line still. It won't do that when we're done with it. So the bottom line is this: you can't use this dry, meaning no water in it, or without chemical. So when you get to the campground, the first thing you do is you're going to hook up your water, hook up your power. You'll come in here and you'll take your chemical, whichever chemical you decide to use. You'll read the directions, see what you use for a dose, a scoop, a pre-measured pack, a cupful, whatever it is, you know, a capful. You'll put it right in here, then you'll stand on here, and you'll put a couple gallons of water in tops, 1 gallon to 2 gallons of water, somewhere in there. There's no way to tell exactly. You're just going to have to say, well, that's about a gallon, that's about 2 gallons, whatever. So the bottom line is it has to have chemical in it to start using it, and it has to have water in it. You can't start dry. So let's say you're going to, you keep using it and filling it, and you get to the point where the black tank needs to be dumped, and you're going to stay on the same campsite. So you dump the tank, and because you're staying on the same campsite, you're going to have to repeat that procedure again. You put the chemical in there, put a little bit of water in there. Now if you notice, you can't really see it because of the angle, but I can push this down to where it fills the bowl, but it doesn't open the trap. You can do that before you use the toilet. You can fill it as full as you want with water each time before you use it. Because when you flush it, it just only fills up to here. That just so it won't slosh out when you're pulling it. So you can, before you use the toilet, you just push it slightly and fill it up as full as you need to. Cool. Alright, I think I've done it now. I think we've got it. I can't think of anything else. If there's anything else that comes to mind, you can call us and talk to us, of course. There's plenty of online videos and literature. Plus, with this, you get a setup video, or Forest River has setup videos you can read. Well, you actually can watch them. You don't want to read the video. You can tell it's a hot day. I'm getting slap happy here. So, let's see. You can use the PDF manuals, which you can get them online. Plus, the packet for this has a manual for every appliance that's in here. So there's plenty of information. So between the information that's out there and calling us, we can get you through anything. We'll do whatever we can to help you, okay? All right, thanks for purchasing this trailer from National RV Detroit, and goodbye.